Well, hello, everyone. This is Dr. Donetta Watson from the Black Mastermind Group Charitable Foundation. I got it right this time. That new government name. Well, it's always been our government name. We were just told that in order for us to raise funding, to put people into the Business Mastery Institute, and to get our young Black masterminds trained, now we must use our government name. Ladies and gentlemen, in your business too. There is a strategic positioning when you use your business full legal name. We'll talk about that in class. But for today, we are so very excited. Hey guys, we are 4 days away from the conference. I'm wrong. We're 3 days away. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday morning at 8 a.m. Central. 12:30 Eastern, we rock our conference on. It's going to be a start of amazing transformation. We always start with a roundtable discussion. Why? There's some serious stuff we got to talk about. Only the family needs to know. You can't talk about these things to any and everybody. You got to say these things at the dinner table. Everybody get that call to Jesus meeting. Well, Friday, we're going to be calling on Jesus when we sit down and talk about in our community, what will it take for us to get to the next level? We are at the bottom of the economic scale. Ladies and gentlemen, we don't have time to waste. It has been so many things that have been proposed that will happen to the Black entrepreneur community and the Black community as a whole. Number one, zero net worth by year 2053. That means we won't have advanced economically beyond where we're at today. In essence, we have to digress. We have to go backwards for the economists and the analysts for their predictions to come true. We are working hard to make sure that that is just a myth. And we are dispelling that myth with the work that we do every day to train our community to be economically strong so that by the year 2053, not only do we have a strong net worth, we actually own something that is of great value to our generation and the generation to come. That is part of what we do. We're so excited for the conference. We're going to talk about those things at the conference. There's something that has to happen for the things that have been predicted for the Black community to be untrue. And so on Saturday, we will open up with our roundtables on Friday. Saturday is mindset development with our upgrading couple. These upgraders, they want to take your life to the next level, and you're going to learn some things that'll take your life to the next level. Dexter and Tanya Scott is an amazing couple. We are so honored to have them with us on Saturday morning. And then we go into our breakout sessions. And we are absolutely elated that this year we have Miss Tamara Zantell on with us. She is the founder of Raising a Mogul, and she knows exactly what she's talking about because she has raised some moguls, some amazing Black entrepreneurial children. And she's going to be sharing with us on Saturday about this journey of raising moguls, not just one, but several moguls, children that have been absolutely successful on their entrepreneurial journey. And so we're excited to have her here with us. Hello, good afternoon, Tamara. How are you today?
Hello, thank you so much for the invitation. I'm excited. I'm amazing.
We're excited too. This is a huge honor to have you sharing with our audience. And we've had Zandra on our platform many times, and we're so honored. We're so proud of her. I mean, she is the poster child. I'm sure she don't want to hear that today. The poster young adult, because I've heard her say quite often how old she is.
Yeah, she always says, I'm grown now. I'm grown now. That's her new the phrase of the year. Now that she's finally 21.
Yes, I have my own place now. And so I'm like, okay, hint to all of you people who think I'm still a little child. I am a grown woman now, and I am making boss grown woman moves in business. Absolutely. And I know your family is so proud of her and what she has been able to accomplish, as well as your other children as well. I don't want to leave them out because, you've got something. You have raised some amazing children. And I know that your head is just full of the dreams and seeing them come to reality in their lives. I know that's an honor. I have 3 girls myself. one of which is a absolute full-time entrepreneur. She didn't fall
Okay.
far from the tree. And I am so proud of what she's been able to accomplish. And I step back and watch her make moves. And I know how that feels when you see your children making business moves. That is
Yeah.
just absolutely profound. But I want you to talk to our listening audience about your entrepreneurial journey and how you all got started down this pathway.
Absolutely. So I actually followed a more traditional route. But even as a little girl, I was able to watch my parents kind of, even though they had more traditional jobs, went to college, did the thing that they followed the expectations, let's say that. And then I watched my mom do a separate, she had like a little snack shop in the community. She and one of her girlfriends started. My father was working at one of the local radio stations, and so he started doing DJing, so he had to learn how to promote himself. So that was around, but it wasn't really, it didn't have a name. It was just, we're making extra money, we're doing this little side hustle or whatever. My mother was a model, so she did fashion shows. So there was always a lot of starting your own, creating your own around me. But I started working early. I started working when I was 12 years old. I understood the value of having your own, making money, sowing seeds, saving. All that was instilled in me very young. Went to college, got a job. I started working, and then my daughter Zandra, at 9 years old, decided that she had enough of the skincare products that she had experienced, and she wanted to wear makeup. And at 9, it was a no. So so her desire to have shiny lips and to be super cute, whatever that is at 9, started a plant-based skincare business when she was 9 years old. And here we are. We just told everyone now she's 21. And that idea, that kitchen table hobby, is what sparked the rest of started the wheels turning for everybody else in our family.
Wow.
So her brand now is called Zandra, internationally known. We're in, over 700 Target stores and Whole Foods, and just it's exploded.
Wow.
That brand has become our family brand. And it's opened doors up for her other siblings, for our other children, and also for me and my husband, giving us the opportunity to leave our corporate jobs, work for Zandra. We all work for Zandra, and also spark and start our own things. Because, freedom, entrepreneurship is freedom.
Yes.
So that freedom has liberated us to, open up doors for not only ourselves, our communities, but for other entrepreneurs or want to be entrepreneurs and families as well.
I'm so excited to hear that journey. And that's what we often tell. It's the family vision. It has to be the family's vision.
Mm-hmm.
A child can't make financial decisions on their own. And so
Right.
the family has to be involved in the pathway. So you share with us what you do. You have an organization, Raising a Mogul, and share with our audience a little bit about what that is.
Absolutely. So Raising a Mogul happened when I stepped out of corporate, and I'm like, I need to find, where's the other parents like me that have kids that have these amazing ideas and dreams, and that they're trying to figure it out too. I remember my journey, and I didn't love it. I didn't love being the only one and having family be confused by my child wanting to not do the traditional things and try to start her own brand or business. So that's where Raising a Mogul really came from. I told myself when she was 12, I said, if I ever get to the point where people care enough to listen, I'm going to build my own thing. And it's going to be a community with other parents and kids like us, so kind of creating our own environment. So now Raising a Mogul is here. We're 3 years old, and I have the awesome opportunity to work with young moguls and families who want to build sustainable brands that make massive impact, not only on just their communities, but also on their wealth generation opportunities and family legacy. So Raising a Mogul started as a free Facebook group, which we're still on Facebook, but we've expanded to different products and services. We have a speakers academy, a young mogul prep school, an accelerator program helping family-led brands and kids get their products into stores. It's a situation now.
I'm excited. I can't wait to collaborate with you because our Young Black Mastermind, we are teaching the financial side of business. Yes. Running the business by the numbers and strategic aligning the financial side. And when they get done with that, they still need to work with someone like you so that they can move what their ideal of then they really understand the grasp of the numbers in the process, they can then move on to your organization and get the help they need to really
Yeah,
branch out into other territories. So we got some talking to do. I know we've
absolutely.
talked a little bit from time to time, but we now
And-
are ready to do some serious talking. So
Yes.
tell me a little bit about what you feel the role, and you shared just a bit of it, entrepreneurship has played in your family, the dynamics now of your family. What has it brought?
Mm. I'm going to go back to the word freedom, giving us the opportunity to kind of create our own experiences. So, I know what society says, what it should look like, this whole career and wealth generation and what work looks like or used to look like. It's shifting, and what entrepreneurship has done for our family. It's giving us additional opportunities to achieve the same goals in just a different way.
Wow.
We were very, very clear with parenting. I was specifically that I wanted my kids to be exposed to many different things. I wanted them to have the opportunity to choose what they wanted their life to look like, how they wanted to show up in their community, what success looks like for them. Just because I went to this school and I wanted to be this and I always had a dream of that, that shouldn't have a huge bearing on my child. I'm here to guide them, but not to force them into anything that's not like them or that they're not really particularly passionate about. So them being able to see how we've taken Xander's brand, taken our own brands, and collaboration and partnerships and really working together, it's opened doors for them. One of my sons is, he struggled a lot in school. Very honestly, a lot of all my kids had their moments in school. They learned differently. They were super creative,
Yes.
very active,
Yes.
and that's a no-no.
Honestly, most creative kids have a little different bend in their learning style. And
Yes.
unfortunately, our traditional educational program hasn't identified that that is a consistent thread across creative children. I have a creative child, extremely creative, myself, an extremely creative child coming up. We don't learn traditionally, and that's why we've had such great success in our program, because we figured out how creatives learn and created a pathway so that they can get to where they need to go and still feel that they are successful in
Yes.
their own comprehension of this whole concept of business. So
Yes.
thank you for saying that, because most kids feel bad about themselves that they are not able to learn traditionally, but their creative mind is always off somewhere else.
Yes.
They're always on
Yeah,
places at one
absolutely.
time in their mind. And
Yeah.
we have to learn to channel that energy from that creative side of their brain. So I'm sorry, I didn't want to
Yeah.
go right ahead and finish
No,
what you were
absolutely. I
saying.
agree with everything you said. And that's why I feel like that's why we've been successful as a family. One of the reasons we've been successful as a family unit is kind of allowing that flexibility and just kind of redefining what success looks like as a family and for them individually. So if success looks like to you, okay, you graduate from high school, maybe college is shouldn't be the only thing we consider. But like, let's create a plan together without judgment, without me superimposing my thoughts and my feelings and my dreams on you, and so we've created this almost like you use the word pathway for each of the children. They're individuals. They all ate the same food. We went to the same church. We live in the same house, but they're individuals. Xander's journey doesn't have to match James's journey. Didn't have to match Mercedes' journey. So yeah, I would say entrepreneurship taught us these lessons, of failure, success, working together, building our own family farm together. And what does that look like? But also exposing them to different opportunities and ways that that they can still reach whatever success looks like for them specifically.
Yeah. And that's so powerful, because the word of God tells us to really to train up the child in the way it go. And we don't really understand it when it says in the way it should go, that there's a particular pathway that's already aligned by God for the child to go. We have to identify what their gifting, their calling, what the anointing is on their life, and how they can express that in the earth realm. As a parent, it's our responsibility to identify what the bend is in our children, which direction are they bent toward, and then give them room and guide them on their decision making. And I think that's probably why you've been so successful. You identified who they were and allowed them to bend that way toward that on their pathway. That's what we want to see for all of our kids. Our Black children are not getting the education that fits their gifting and their calling and the anointing that's on their life to do business. And now we've got to create those platforms for them to really spring forth out of these platforms. And I have seen the adults blossom from going through our program and thinking that they were dumb and that they didn't have all they needed. And then when they find out the depth of their entrepreneurial calling, they transform. I can imagine what that'll be for our children when we see them really get what they are called to do down inside of them and begin to express it. So we're so grateful. I want to make sure we're mindful of the time. On the conference Saturday, you'll be sharing some of your stories, and the girls will be sharing too. Zandra and Mercedes both will be with you on Saturday.
I'm so excited to have my girls with me. I'm really excited.
I can't wait to meet Mercedes. I've always spoken about Zandra. She is my poster child for success. And now I get to meet Mercedes and can't wait to hear her story as well. So ladies and gentlemen, we really want you all to register your children. We never charge for the children to be at our conference. Why? Because we know it is so important for them to see what's available, to see people that look like them. Doing great things in business. So they can step back and say, wait a minute, if they can do that, then I can do it too. And I have something I want to do. So we want you to register your kids, adults. You got to get a ticket. Go to the blackmastermindgroup.com, get a ticket to join us on the platform. We know that there's going to be some great value imparted to your children when they come out and hear Miss Tamara and Zandra and Mercedes share their story. All we want to do is see our kids win in life and to see them win in business. We've got to break that public school to prison pipeline. And I believe entrepreneurship is one of the most critical tools that if we can invest in our kids, what we have learned on this journey, I know we're going to damage what the world says our kids will and be, and open up opportunities for them to dominate in this life, create amazing opportunities for themselves, their families, and to transform their community. When they win in business, they come back and do great things in the community. And that's what we want to see happen across this nation and all over this world. So thank you so very much, Tamara, for being here with us this morning, this afternoon. I can't wait. I'm going to sneak into your session. So I'm already telling everybody, I'm sneaking in the session for the Young Black Masterminds. Don't bother me. Don't call me. Ask me where I'm at. I'm where I want to be with the Young Black Masterminds. Thank you so very much for being a part of this session and being a part of our conference. We can't wait for Saturday to come. It's going to be an amazing day. Thank you so very much. God bless you. And you and I, we got to talk. So when this is all over, we're going to connect because we want to make sure we're making everything available for our community. God bless you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And thank you.
Bye-bye, everyone.